fish symbolizes prosperity and intelligence in countries around the world. In Asia, fish means dreams come true. In the Celtic culture, it's a sign of knowledge. In the U.S., good health.
The whole movement in the world now is to try to eat healthier, and seafood is definitely being touted as the best thing for your heart. Tilapia is a good source of omega-3s, which are the ones that the Heart Association is pushing everyone to eat. And due to its affordability, you don't have to buy a seafood that's $15, $18 a pound, and it's not affordable. Tilapia is, again, highly affordable, so that allows people to eat it and enjoy it for their health.
In the past decade, research has shown eating fish can decrease risk of heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and cancer. Because of this, fish sales continue to jump. Last year, Americans consumed more than 5 billion pounds of seafood, so the quality of the fish we eat is more important than ever. The mercury content in wild fish caught in oceans, lakes, and rivers, has prompted leaders in the tilapia industry to use aquaculture or fish farming to address the concerns of consumers and the seafood industry.
I think that the fears are really associated with consumers, what they're giving their families, and I think as any mother would be concerned about chemicals or contaminants in their foods, you'll have that kind of fear, and that fear is pushing the retailers to do more. So aquaculture is really here to stay, and what it is doing is it's providing a consistent quality product year-round, and that's really what consumers are looking for now.
Aquaculture is simply the culturing of aquatic organisms, fish, shrimp, salmon, in cages, lakes, dams, ponds, anywhere where man is farming them. And it's basically rather ironic that in this day and age we're still hunting our protein in seafood. And that's what's changing. You know, we don't hunt our cows, we don't hunt our chickens. We grow our corn, we grow our cows, we grow our chickens. Now we're growing our fish and shrimp. The real gift and focus of aquaculture is to have better control of the ingredients going into the product so it's a safer product to eat. For example, tilapia, it's not accumulating all the other toxins that the little fish are eating that you have to feed to the big fish. So in that case, tilapia, according to the FDA, has the lowest mercury content on their website than any other fish. And that's because we're feeding it. We're feeding it cereals and grains rather than fish meal.
Aquaculture is quickly increasing in popularity, partly because people want to eat healthy fish with fewer pollutants. As a result, tilapia consumption is expected to grow by as much as 2.2 million metric tons in the near future. And because tilapia is better suited for aqua farming than other fish, aqua farmers will meet this demand year-round.
Aquaculture is the fastest growing form of protein production in the world right now. It represents about 50% of total seafood consumption in the world, and it's been growing at a rate of 9% per year for the past decade.
Statistics show that by the year 2020, the number of fish produced by aquaculture will surpass the number caught in the ocean. Good news for health-savvy consumers, because aqua farming helps control the type of food that fish eat and eliminates the pollutants they encounter.
When you have a prepared diet being offered to the fish, you have a consistent, controllable input into the system that the fish grows on. And it's also a condensed time frame that the fish grows, rather than in the wild where it takes much longer to raise. Therefore, they're exposed to a longer time to other chemicals in the water and may contain contaminants, but because aquaculture is a compressed growth cycle, the likelihood of chemicals or contamination is low.
Industry experts say this could also be better for the environment, since fish farming reduces the harmful effects of overfishing on the ecosystem and can in many cases be a sustainable endeavor.
The supply in the ocean is going down. There's no question aquaculture has to fill the void. And they're even talking about statistics where aquaculture will equal to beef production in the next 10 years. So there is a huge shift towards seafood, and aquaculture it's just a necessity.
One of the benefits that aquaculture has is that the inputs and the outputs from an aquaculture facility are quantifiable. Therefore, you can track what the impact of a farm is. Aquaculture is not unlike other industries where really the sustainable practices tend to be improving efficiency. So when you think about what industries do to improve efficiency, it's conserving their resources, it's reducing their waste, and so these are really the sustainable practices that we're looking at. And this is one of the reasons why WWF is working in the aquaculture industry, is to foster the sharing of these better practices and the performance levels that we hope they achieve.
Aquaculture is the fastest growing segment of agriculture, simply because it's an efficient way to produce food. And if we can do it sustainable and environmentally, socially, it is already a healthy product. There's no reason it can't grow. We are considered one of the leaders in sustainable tilapia. We're on the steering committee with the World Wildlife Fund, making the standards for sustainable aquaculture, specifically of tilapia.
Regal Springs tilapia, farmed using the highest standards in aquaculture technology, the healthy, safe, and environmentally friendly way to deliver tilapia to the dinner table. Grown in enclosures nestled in pristine freshwater lakes, Regal Springs tilapia are free of mercury and pollutants commonly found in wild fish, ensuring the purity of tilapia fillets, both fresh and frozen, before delivery to hotels, fine restaurants, and supermarkets around the world.
It's a great fish. It's an easy fish. It's sustainable. Sustainability is such a huge part of what we're trying to do as chefs now, trying to make this an eco-friendly business. If we fish all the fish out of the seas, there's going to be nothing less. So aquaculture is going to be a major portion of how we provide food for restaurants in the future. And it is healthy. People are watching more what they're eating now more than ever. They ask us what kind of fish we're using, what kind of oil we're using. No trans fats, endorsed by the American Heart Association, low in calorie. It's a good all-around protein to center your plate with.
Compared to other fish, tilapia is low in fat and high in protein, phosphorus, niacin, and B12, and people love the mild, non-fishy taste.
I think it's mild but moist, and I think it's one of those fish that is very easy for a lot of people to eat.
A leader in the tilapia market, Regal Springs tilapia has been a pioneer in the aquaculture industry, developing cleaner, healthier alternatives to traditional fish farming. Regal Springs is dedicated to food safety and committed to preserving the environment and the communities that support the aquaculture industry. Today, Regal Springs tilapia practices sustainability in every aspect of its aquaculture operation, while also working hard to strengthen the environment where its 5,000 employees work and live.
We divided this program to provide income into the community, where we give 10% of our fish farming assets to the local communities, who's formed a corporation to farm fish. All the profit is for them, but the profits are voted upon to be reinvested in the community in water purification, brick building, education about fish for trees. Instead of cutting down trees, they're doing fish, so we educate them on the erosion problem. We have a propane project where we give the gas bottles and subsidize the cost of the propane, so they're not cutting down the trees. We support their schools, 73 to 84 schools now with all their books and writing materials. Infirmaries in the area, we have 4 ambulances that we've donated. So I think the point is our philosophy on producing tilapia in public reservoirs is you have to include the community in your project, or you're just going to be fighting an uphill battle the whole time. It feels good. It's given us a lot of respect and pride with our customers, and it's a good model.
Regal Springs made the difference because they start building schools. That's the first thing. Then they hire teachers. Now they know how to. Then they finish the schools. Then they get worried because they want more good people around. So they start sending us to the college, hiring buses as well, made more efficient our job, and we continue growing with the company.
What Regal Springs is most proud about is the respect that we get from our customers. And it pushes you to keep doing it and do more, because your customers are receiving the benefits of that with a sustainable product, with a healthy product.
Regal Springs, the #1 provider of high-quality tilapia fillets in the world. To learn more about Regal Springs tilapia, visit regalsprings.com or call 941 747 9161.